Hey there, and welcome. This quick explainer is brought to you by #WorkLifeOS microlearning units. We're all about helping you nail the skills you need for modern work and life. Today, we're going to dive deep into something called the attention economy, and, more importantly, how you can start to win back your own focus. Let's get into it.
So, does this sound at all familiar? You wake up, you've got your coffee, you've got your to-do list, you feel like you're ready to take on the world. And then you blink, and suddenly it's 5 p.m. Your most important stuff is still sitting there, and you're just left thinking, wait, where did my day actually go?
Well, here's a number that might just explain everything. It takes, on average, a whopping 23 minutes to get your focus back after just one little interruption. I mean, think about that. Every single notification, every ping, I'll just check this real quick. That's not a 30-second distraction. Nope. It's a 23-minute tax on your brain power.
Now, if that number just made your stomach drop, I need you to hear this loud and clear. Your struggle to focus is not some personal failing. It's not a lack of willpower on your part. It is, quite literally, the intended result of a system that has been built from the ground up to do exactly this. It's not a bug, it's a feature. And you know what? This isn't even a new idea. Way back in the 70s, a Nobel Prize-winning economist named Herbert Simon basically saw the future. He said, look, when information becomes basically infinite, something else has to become rare. So what is it that all this information eats up? His answer was so simple and so spot on. Information consumes our attention. In a world with endless information, our very limited, very human attention has become the most valuable resource on the planet. And believe me, everybody wants a piece of it.
And that leads us right here to the system we're all swimming in, the attention economy. And you've probably heard the saying, that's the number one rule of this economy. If you aren't paying for the product, then you are the product.
So let's just call it what it is. You've got countless apps, websites, and platforms all locked in this massive competition for tiny little slivers of your day. Your eyeballs, your clicks, your time, that is the currency they're all after. That's what they buy and sell. So how in the world do they do it? How do they get so good at capturing our focus? Well, let's pull back the curtain and take a look at the playbook. Because this is a type of design with one and only one goal: to persuade you. Now, if you look at the industry terms, it all sounds so positive, right? They talk about boosting engagement. They do it by making the sign-up process super smooth, creating these little aha moments for you, sending you personalized offers. I mean, it all sounds pretty helpful, doesn't it? But we have to stop and ask the big question here. When a company's main goal is to maximize engagement, what are they really trying to do? What's the end game? And here it is. The academic world calls this persuasive technology. And that name tells you everything. The goal isn't just to keep you busy or entertained. It's to literally change your behavior. And they do it by tapping into all the little psychological shortcuts and biases in our brains. Let's break that down. You know that anxious feeling you get, that fear of missing out? That's the system triggering what's called loss aversion. That irresistible urge to clear the little red notification dot? Yeah, that taps into a really primal cleaning instinct. And the reason you can just scroll and scroll and scroll forever? That's a variable reward schedule. It's the exact same psychological hook that makes slot machines so addictive. Okay, so knowing the tricks of the trade is step one. But step two is understanding what all this distraction is actually doing to us. Because it turns out not all distraction is created equal. First up, you've got functional distraction. This is the one we all know. It's the Slack notification that dings when you're this close to finishing a report. It yanks you away from what you are actively doing. Simple enough.
But then it gets deeper. Existential distraction is what interrupts who you are trying to be. This is when you promised yourself you'd be totally present for your kid's bedtime. But then, one quick look at your phone turns into 20 minutes of doom scrolling. It's that awful feeling when your actions don't line up with your values. And then there's the deepest level, epistemic distraction. This is the one that interrupts what you are knowing. It's when all the noise and all the perfectly curated lives online make it impossible to even hear your own thoughts, to know what you actually want, what your real goals are. It just clouds everything.
So what on earth do we do about all this? Well, the way forward doesn't start with some fancy new app. It actually starts with a really simple, really powerful story from ancient Greece.
So, texture this. You've got this philosopher, Diogenes. He's a guy who lives a super simple life. And one day, he's just chilling out, enjoying the sunshine, and suddenly, this huge shadow falls over him. He looks up, and it's Alexander the Great.
Now, just imagine this scene. Alexander, literally the most powerful man on the planet, is standing there, offering him anything he wants. Riches, fame, armies, you name it. It's kind of like our technology today, right? Offering us everything. Endless connection, endless entertainment. So what does Diogenes say to this incredible offer? He just looks up and says, "Stand out of my light." He realized that this incredible, powerful offer was actually blocking the one thing he really wanted in that moment, the simple warmth of the sun.
And that, right there, is the key. The first and most powerful step you can take isn't to declare war on your phone or delete all your accounts. It's just to realize what's standing in your light, to become aware of the shadow that's being cast over your life.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. What is the light in your life that your technology might be blocking? Is it that deep-focused work? Is it being truly present with the people you love? Is it your creativity, your peace of mind? Just figuring out what your light is, that's the first step to asking the shadows to please move aside.